Shalom, shalom. This is the brother Emma from GMS London Forecasters coming to you with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. I give double honor to the apostles and the elders of great millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to the Arkham out there doing this work in truth and in sincerity in the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Bringing down the strongholds of this wicked system, this wicked society, these Edomites. And peace and blessings to the 1/3 of Israel and the men, women, and children destined for salvation. Alright, so let's just get right into this, man. 2 Ezra 6 and 7. It says, Then answered I and said, What shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, From Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Right? So the reason I read that scripture is because Esau is going down, man. His world is crumbling around him, even though these elites are trying to build up their new world order. His world really is falling apart. That's why you've got this thing. That's this what these devils, these Edomites, out of fear, call anti-whiteness. All right, because now all of a sudden you got everyone complaining about white privilege and white males, so-called, because they're not white. Right, we're gonna get into that. They're not white, first and foremost. That's something that they created for themselves to make themselves above everybody else. All right, but they're not white. They're red, man. Okay, they're red. In the Hebrew, that word red is Anti-Wh1teism, man. All right. Esau's real name is Ashashua, right? Which means what? Wasted away is he, because his blood, or their blood, these Edomites' blood, you can see through their skin. That's why they look the way they look. All right. Not one of them is red. Slacker. Not one of them is white. All right. So let's just get this article. This thing I found. So anti-Wh1teism is the definition of it, right? All concepts, ideologies, actions, and everything derived thereof, such as opinions, policies, laws, rules that inflict injury on white people, i.e. European people. First off, you're not even Europeans, man. Because we were ruling that place. Right? You're not Europeans, man. You're Edomites, alright? Let's get, let's start calling these nations for what they are, man. You Chinese are Moabites. You Japanese are Ammonites. Alright? You Arabs are Ishmaelites. You East Indians are Elamites. Alright? You have biblical names, man. Not all these main names that have been made up for you. Going to say hostility towards whites. See, they're getting all up in their feelings, man. Because what? Because how they treat other people is now coming back on them, and they don't like it. All right. It says the infliction of harm on whites by many implicit and explicit means and methods. And where does this really happen? And it's not happening, all right? Because we're living in a world where, these devils are running this world, man. This isn't happening. What's happening is talk, and their feelings, they're getting hurt. All right? They're all up in their feelings, man, because they feel as though, they're talking about us, man. They're saying all these things about us. Yeah, people are, man, because they've seen the light. But no one's really out there touching Esau yet. Esau's still untouched, man. Esau ain't getting gunned down by these race soldiers, man. All right. Esau's still living it up, man. Everywhere I go, man. Well, the minute this lockdown eased in this country, all I saw was Edomites out there, man, spending all that money that they got, eating and drinking and having fun, man. All right. This is their world. So for them to act like they're the victims is a joke. Presupposing that whites, so-called because they're not, like I'm going to keep repeating that, they're not, are more privileged. And that's a common myth, is it? So that is why when you find any kind of a ghetto, established ghetto anywhere, the majority of people that are living in it aren't them. You know, we've all heard the stories, man. We've all heard how, you know, brothers try to phone up places to get jobs, and, you know, with a certain name they get turned down. Or you apply for a job, and, you know, say you apply for a job and your name's Leroy Jackson, right? You're not getting that job more than likely. But if you apply for that job under the name, let's say John Smith, right, you're more likely to get it, man. These are facts, man. And that's just a really petty example. But these devils have their privilege from way back, man. From the days of, the plantations, man. All these established businesses and these major corporations have been built off the back of Jake, man. All right, and these devils today reap the benefits of that. All right, that's why they can, have shootouts with police and live. But Jake doesn't even have to be armed, and he dies. All right, because there is a privilege that they have. So, yeah, basically, man, these devils are getting caught up in their feet. Like I said, man, are we hearing lots of reports of Edomites getting beaten up or murdered or for being Edomites? No, we're not. Because if that was happening, we'd see the reports, man. All right, we'd see that. All right, so let's get into some scriptures, man. Some more. So this is Genesis 25, right? I just want to make a point with this. It says, and Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife, the daughter of Bethuel, the Syrian of Paddan Aram, the sister to Laban the Syrian. And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren, and the Lord was entreated of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived, and the children struggled together within her. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, 2 men of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. So that's talking about the future prophecies, man. Right? So because we are stronger than them, all right? If they had to go through what we had to go through, they'd be committing suicide left, right, and center. Okay, they can't handle it. You know, they lose money, they kill themselves, man. And that's the beauty, because Jake's never had it. So we're never going to kill ourselves over money. All right, that's a fact. It says, and the elder shall serve the younger, man. So that's the future prophecy, man. When these devils go down, Jacob, being the younger brother to Esau, will be above Esau, man, and Esau will have to serve. And that's talking, that's talking about nation to nation in the future, which is, not far away. Verse 24 says, and when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb, and the first came out red all over like an hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. And after that came his brother out, and he took hold of Esau's heel, as we read in 2nd Ezra, and his name was called Jacob, and Isaac was 80 years old when she bare it. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man, dwelling in tents. The word plain. Don't know why it's reversed. Slovakia. Right. Let's hear it.
Strong's H8535. Tom.
Right, Tom. Right, it says perfect, complete. One who lacks nothing in physical strength, beauty, etc. Alright. It says complete, morally innocent, having integrity. One who is morally and ethically pure. So that's us, man. Well, that's how we're supposed to be. Let's put it like that. So it says, and Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob, and Jacob sowed pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore his name was called Edom. Alright? So as we already said, I just want to get to that point, Edom means red, man. So, let's just get off this whole white stuff, man. No one's anti-white, right? The point I'm making is what the people that are anti-Esau, they're anti-Edom, man. It's not the color of you people's skin that is pissing people off. It's your actions. It's what comes out. It's what you do and what comes out of your mouths, man. The pride that you have. Here is you've done all these wicked things on the earth, and when people start to come up against you now, you want to get all in your feelings and emotional because people are talking about you. Listen, man, you got a lot to pay for, man. You got a lot to pay for. Listen, man, and this is what's happening, man. Basically, Ezekiel 35 says, moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it. Right, Mount Seir represents Esau, Edom, man. That's where he used to dwell in them rocks, man. It says, and say unto it, thus saith the Lord power, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. So, all the wicked shit you've done is coming back on you, and now you have to pay for it. Alright? Because you always want to talk about, when people mention the privilege, you say, well, it wasn't me. I didn't have any slaves. Well, listen, man, first and foremost, you reap the benefits of it. And secondly, without getting into the whole reincarnation, that was you. All right? All right? Because reincarnation is real. All right? So you are your fathers, man. No, that's not what I want. Just bear with me. Right, Jeremiah 16 and 14 says, therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall be no more said that the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands whither he hath driven them. So he's talking about the future prophecy of recalling, bringing back all his children, man. All right, from all the ends of the earth where he's dispersed them, man. That diaspora, right? And I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers. Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord, and they shall fish them. And after I will send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks. And that's not just, that's talking about you elites as well, man, because you're not escaping, in your little bunkers and all your little hiding places that you have all over the earth, man. You think you're slick, but the Lord already knows what you're going to do, man. He's got a plan for that. It says, for mine eyes are upon all their ways. They are not hid from my face, neither is there iniquity hid from mine eyes. So all this shit you pulled, man, the Lord knows about it, man. And you're being exposed now. All right? Basically, what's happening is the world is realizing how much they hate you. All right? And it says, and first I will recompense their iniquity and their sin double, because they have defiled my land. They have filled mine inheritance with the carcasses of their detestable and abominable things. Right? Verse 19. O Lord, my strength and my fortress and my refuge, in the day of affliction the Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth, and shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies, vanity, and things wherein there is no profit. Yeah, man. They have inherited lies, man. They've been told, they've been convinced that they're white people, man. I remember having a brief conversation with someone that I work with. I tried to explain to him. I said, look at this wall, and it was painted white. And I said, look, you're not white, man. I said, you're not the same color as that wall. I said, you're more pinkish. He said, no. He was adamant. He says, no, I am white. I am, and because it's embedded in them, man. Because it's not about the color. It's what white means. It's what that word means to them. It's not the actual color. They know they're not white, man. Just like they know we're not black. All right. They've inherited lies, man. They've been told that they are the top people on this earth. They've been convinced. But that's all gonna change, man. Yeah. I'm just kind of going with the spirit on these, man. So let's read this. Obadiah, and I saw a video of two devils. In fact, it was on a I think it's Priest Zabak's. They got another name for the channel now. I can't remember it. I think it might be like Hero Israel. And there was an old video. I've seen it before, just when he was teaching in the street. And these two Edomites were going through the book of Obadiah, trying to convince themselves that this prophecy in Obadiah isn't a certainty. It's only if certain things happen. No, we're going to read it, man. So the vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord Yahweh concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made you thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. And that whole being despised is now coming it's rising to the surface. It's bubbling on the surface, man. People have had enough of your shit, Esau. Alright? It says, the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Right? And that's how that's when you start bringing up anything about the shit they've done, they have the nerve to act like, they haven't done anything, man. Their rap sheet is longer than you can possibly imagine. But I think if you used to sit down and write down every crime that they've committed since the beginning, you'd run out of paper, man. Because they're doing something new every day. They're constantly committing wickedness on this earth. All right, that's what they're made to do. That's why they are so quick to defend their wickedness, man. Because to them, it's not wickedness. It's just what they do. How many times have you heard the devil say, we conquered America, man. It wasn't anything wrong. We conquered it. No, man. What you did was you came in and you slaughtered the Gadites, man. Right? After they tried to make peace with you. And then you took the land. You destroyed the land. You destroyed the people. All right? That's what you do, man. He says, the pride of thine heart deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, the safe in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground. Well, Yahweh Shem is going to do that. He says, that though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and thou shalt set thy nest among the stars, then shall bring thee down, saith the Lord. Let's jump down, man. I'm going to read all this. Verse 10 says, for violence against thy brother Jacob shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. In the day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that the strangers carried away captive his forces, and foreigners entered into his gates, and cast lots upon Jerusalem, even thou wast one of them. So when these devils were reading this, and they were sitting there, reading Obadiah, and I think they must have been reading like a New International Version, because it wasn't the King James. They were trying to convince themselves that this meant that, Edom's crime is, other people were doing some wicked shit, but Edom didn't help Jacob. And they understood the difference between Jacob and Esau in Genesis and Jacob and Esau today. So they understood Jacob and Esau in Genesis being two men, and Jacob and Esau in Obadiah as being two nations, man. They understood that because they said that. But they were trying to get out of it, man. There's no repentance for you, Esau. It says, but thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother in the day that he became a stranger, neither shouldest thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction, neither shouldest thou have spoken proudly in the day of distress. All right, let's jump down. For the day of the Lord, verse 15, for the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall be upon thine own head. So now, all that shit talking you've been putting out there over the years, of all these years, making Jake out to be these wicked people on the earth, man. Murderers and thieves, rapists. Well, that's really you, man. But you painted us up to be them people, man. That's why when we get killed by these police officers and that in Babylon, man, people try to justify the deaths, man. They try to justify Jake being killed, man. Victim blaming, as they call it, because we hold no weight here. You've painted us in such a bad light that no matter what we do, there's always going to be a reason for someone to blame us for whatever happens to us, man. If you could, you'd blame us you'd blame us for being your slaves, man. For all those centuries, you'd blame us for that. And that's why you try removing the books out of your schools, man, or not teaching it at all. Right? Verse 16 says, for ye has drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continue. Yea, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. And this is the bit, we love reading this bit, man. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they that kindle them and devour them, and they shall kindle them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord hath spoken it. So where does it sound like they can get out of that? There is no getting out of it. All right. In fact, let me just grab something real quick. Right. So this is the Compact Bible Dictionary written by Edomites, man. Or maybe probably Amalekites, but same thing. So page 142, it says Edom figures prominently in the prophetic scriptures, meaning things to come, right? As the scene of great future judgments. See Isaiah 34, 5 to 6, 63 and 1. And also obviously Obadiah. It says she is the only neighbor of the Israelites who was not given any promise of mercy from Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. So it's documented, man. There's no escape for you devils, man. All right. It's not about anti-whiteness, like I said. It's about anti-Edom. This world has had enough of your shit. The people on this earth have had enough of you, man. They've had enough of your lies and your deceit. Quick one here. I haven't read this for a while. Isaiah 14 and 21 says, prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land nor fill the face of the world with cities. Right? So slaughter's coming for you devils, man. Do you think this is bad? The people talking about you? A lot of you going to get put to death. All right? I want to get one more scripture and I'm going to close out. Let's get Malachi, man. Let's lay this to rest, man. Because the Lord's not dealing with you people anymore, man. You've had your time. It's coming to an end. And Malachi 1 says, the burden of the word of the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai to Israel by Malachi. It says, I have loved you, saith the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Lord? Yet I loved Jacob. And I hated Esau, and hated his mountains, and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. So there you have it. The Lord hates Esau, man. Hates him. All right? Scripture says, I am the Lord, I change not, man. So he's never going to change that. There's no escape. There's no escape in your doom. It says, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. They shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever. So there is no escape. All right. There is no get out clause. All right. Your wickedness is being shown now, and ultimately, you're going into slavery, man. The Lord hates you, Esau. You so-called white people. The Lord hates you. All right. I'm just gonna keep it real. So anyway. That's all I got on that, right? Lord, when it was edifying anyway. Giving all praises, honor, and glory once more to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai. All praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai. Bahashem Rakakudash. And I'll say Shalom and Wa Abba.